Hello, so I'll be doing the quick tutorial on the fold and snap grocery bag. The materials that we need, these are all the pre-cuts that we need. This one measures 15.5 inches wide by 35 inches long. This is folded into two layers, that is why it looks smaller. This is 17.5 this way, but if you open it, it's a rectangle that measures 35 inches long by 15.5 inches wide. Then for the pocket, what we are actually making over here is this thing. So with handles and everything, it's a grocery bag. We fold it like so. This is what we did in the class today. Fold it like so, and then it closed like this, like a bag. So for this pocket that we have over here, for this one, I'm using a contrasting fabric, which is this one. And these are two pieces of fabric, and these measures 6.25 by 11.5 inches long, and I have two pieces of fabric. This is quilting cotton. For the straps, I'm using the fabric which is 22 inches long and 4 inches wide, and you'll need two of these for the strap, or you can use a nylon webbing if you like. Now, first of all, we will prepare our pocket. So for that, what we are going to do, we will simply, I'll put this aside. We will simply fold this into half, like so. And I'm taking both layers of the fabric so that you can mark just the way I am. I'm giving a little shape at the top. Okay, so I'm using this, but you can use anything handy, maybe, I mean, anything circular that you may have available. You can use that to just give a little bit of shape over here. Okay, and once you have this shape, you will cut it. Let me grab my scissors. Okay, so now I have my scissors, so I'm going to cut this off, and it will get, and I'm cutting both layers of the fabric to give this shape. Okay, when you'll open it, you'll have that shape right there. Okay, now what you will do is that you will, this is the pretty side of the fabric, and then the other side, other piece, you take this one and put it on top of it, just like this. Align it, use the pins to secure it in place. And before that, what I'm trying to do over here is grab a ruler and a pen, and then anywhere you can leave an opening over here or leave an opening over here. You will leave, it's up to you, but I think 4 inches, 4 to 5 inches, 4 to 4.5 inches is a good gap. So that's what I've marked over here. And then for your ease, you can draw a line at 1/4 inch so that you can sew on top of it. And if you are willing that your kids do this, you can draw these lines for them, and then they can follow it. I don't know if it is visible in the camera or not, but what I'm doing is I'm drawing a line all over at 1/4 inch. So you'll start sewing from here. You'll go all the way down here this way, and all the way, and you'll come and stop right here. So there'll be one opening, and this all will be sewed together. Okay, then when you'll sew this, you will turn it inside out, and I'll tell you how to iron this. But before that, I will also explain how to make a fabric strap. For that, this is one of the pieces which is 22 inches long by 4 inches wide. So what you will do is you'll fold it into half, pretty side facing you, just like this, and you can take it to your ironing board and iron it. That way it will be easier. So this is, I folded it one time, then you'll open and fold it till the middle crease, one time from there and one time from here, and then overlap it. Okay, so when you'll overlap it, you will have a strap like this. You don't need to finish this edge because it's going to go in. Then this is the open side and this is the closed side. So what you're going to do is you will sew right across this edge all the way until down here, and then once this is ready, you will do it on the other side. Okay, you will have something like this. Okay, I'm going to pause it, and then now we'll prepare this. I'll prepare this one, and then I'll tell you what to do with the main fabric. Okay, so I have sewed this one. As I said, I left an opening over here, and then I've sewed it all the way across, and then I've clipped the corners as I explained, and then made some notches on the curved side so that it helps me turn inside out. You will flip it out and then you'll set you. Okay, so I have ironed it all the way. This is nice and neat now. Okay, now the pocket is ready actually, and don't worry about this gap. It will be sewed in when you will sew it to the actual bag. Now coming back to this one, it has 3 open sides, 1, 2 and 3, and that is the folded side. So you will face the open side, and what you are doing is, I've done it already over here. We have to fold it one time by 1 inch and then one more time. So you will iron it so that it's easier for you. What you can do is you can make you can draw the lines for yourself so that it's easier when you iron it. Again, these are the projects that I'm specifically doing so that kids can enjoy, and when we mark it down, it's easier for them to follow along. So what I will do now is that I will just iron this down like this one time, and then one more time like this. Okay, you iron and settle this. Do it to the both sides, and let me do the other side, and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so now I have ironed these 2 sides as I've told you. Now what you're gonna do is that you'll place this over there, you'll take this pocket, and doesn't matter which side, this side or this side, it doesn't matter. You will iron it in the middle to create the middle seam, a middle line, as you can see over here, and you'll do the same thing over here, like this. Now, the most important thing is that you will open it so that you're doing it on one side. Which side, it doesn't matter, but you're doing it on the one side. Now you see the middle line, and now you have this edge folded as well. Okay, so I will be using a marker so that you can see. From this point, I'm marking at 3 inches. And I'm marking when it's folded, not when it's open. Okay, so it's folded twice and then I'm marking. Mark it at 3 inches. And then take your pen and settle this. This curved side should be towards the downside, and this side, the straight one, should be towards the open side. Align it over here, just like I told you. Then like this, pin it all the way across. Then from this side, right here, you will take 3 inches up here, like so. Okay, and now we are going to sew this seam. Use as many pins as you need to, and then sew this. Start from here, sew all the way, this one and this one. Don't sew this flap. Okay, let's do this thing, then I'll tell you how to do the straps. Okay, so I have sewed this all the way, as I told you, leaving the flap. Okay, it's open from here. It's a pocket. It can be used as a pocket. Now you can remove the pins, and then on this side, which was folded, you will turn the wrong side towards you, and now you will sew the flap. The flap should be right in straight line to this seam. I have done it in a contrasting thread so that you can see, or you can just take 5 inches from here. So that's what I'm doing. Fold it one time and one more time, as we already said this, and then on this seam right here, this line, this gap is 5 inches. Again, this gap is 5 inches, so you will pin it, and then you will insert it like this on the other side. Sew it. Now what you have to sew is right here on this line, the open side, not this side. First sew this side. I have already done it on the other side, so it should look like this. I've done it with a contrasting thread, the downside. So now this side is sewed. once this one is sewed, then what will you do is that you will fold it up like this. Okay, put a pin like so. I think the nylon webbing was a little too hard to sew, that's why I made a fabric strap into this one. Okay, and now you have to sew on the top edge, making sure that you sew over here as well. Okay, so I'm going to sew over here and I'm going to prepare both sides, then I'll tell you one last step that's needed to be done. Okay, so I have sewed the straps, the stitch line on the top and at the bottom, and this is the right side is facing the right side. Before you proceed, there is one last step that you need to do. Before you do that, you make sure that this flap is towards the strap side, and then you pin it out of the way before you sew. Otherwise, you might get this in the seam down there. This way, that now this is out of the way. You'll put it like this, just settle it on top of each other. This is the rounded side, okay? And you're basically sewing a seam over here and seam over here. Now, this is optional, but if you would like to do it, what you can do is you will draw a line right here. Let me iron this first. Okay, so you will draw a line right here, which is 1.5 inch. Okay, and you are basically going to fold this thing. Oh, sorry, 1.5 inch. Okay, now you'll iron on top of it, just like so. Okay, so I've basically folded it, okay? And I'm pinning it. This is the way I folded it. I'm pinning it on both sides, like so. And then I'm just going to sew a seam on each side. I'll remove this so that you can see what I'm doing. Just a seam, and then I'll show you the final look of it. Over here, this is 1/4 inch. You can do 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch, and then we just need to put a snap on there. You can use a titch button, Velcro dots, whichever is easily available to you. I don't want you to stop sewing just because you need to grab specific supplies. So whatever is available to you is going to serve the purpose. So I've taken 1/4 inch, but you can take 1/2 inch if that's more comfortable. And remember, I folded it, and you're folding it towards this side, on the top side where the flap is. Okay, and then I'm gonna sew this seam and this seam, and the bag is ready. Okay, so there I have sewed the seams and I have folded it as I said so. And then you'll turn it inside out. Before doing that, remember that you have a pin over here that you need to remove so that you don't hurt yourself. This is a very simple project, no extra stitches, nothing else that we have used here. So even I've used the fabric tabs, straps over here so that it's more easier for you. Then you can iron it. This is how it looks. Then what we are going to do over here is, you can mark it if you would like to. I would say I am doing it at 2.5 centimeters right here. I will put a snap over here, and then how you fold it is, you can put a Velcro dot as well. Okay, so how you fold it is, you put by the way, on this side, not I mean Velcro dot to be on this side, but if you're doing a snap, you have to do it from this side. Okay, so you will fold it like this, okay, and then fold it like this. Okay, and this thing on top of it, there we go, like so, like this, okay, and then like so. All right, and then when we'll have a button over here, it will just close. I will put the snap on here, and then I will show you that how does it look, and this is how it looks. All right, hope this video is going to help you. Thank you.